Props in the NBA, NHL, even TGL Golf, and of course, our same game parlay of the day. It's a 5-1 in the Lakers and the Bulls. Welcome everyone to the Prop Line. I am Andy from wagertalk.com. This is your place. If you want to build your bankroll through the props markets, in my opinion, it's the best market that you can find in the betting industry. And we go over a lot of different plays in a lot of different sports, because the lines are just a lot more soft. But as always, we get to start off the show with something a little bit fun, and that is our same game parlay. We're going to go to the Bulls and the Lakers. This game is in Chicago. LA's been on a road trip, and we're going to do all player props in this one. And we're going to focus on Buzelis 3+ assists. What we like about this one is he's not getting a ton of potential assists, but he's very, very efficient with them. And he's gone over this. He's had 3 or more in 5 straight. So this is a Lakers team, gives up a lot of points. They won 3 out of 4, but they're all pretty high-scoring games. So Buzelis will start with 3+ assists. We're going to go with Giddey under 1.5 made threes. He has no makes in the last 2 games, and he's only attempting a couple of shots. Like, he may have to go 2 for 2 to get over this 2, because when the attempts aren't there, then there's just no chance of making them. His shooting percentage has not been very good. I believe he only had 4 points in the last game that they played against Boston, so we're fading Josh Giddey. And then we'll take Deandre Ayton to have at least 1 block. He has a block in 4 out of the last 5 games. The nice thing, last 3 games against Chicago, he has at least 1. A couple games he's got multiple ones. So wrap a bow on that, and that gets you to plus 500 for our same game parlay of the day. Let's do our market watch. This is where we just take a look at different player props across some different sports, some ones that are probably off the beaten path a little bit. And we're going to start with the Philadelphia 76ers. So hopefully you're watching this early. And zoom this in here a little bit. We're going to go to the rebounds. The big thing for this one is Joel Embiid and Paul George is out. And so when we put these filters on with Joel Embiid and Paul George out of the lineup, you can see he just flies over this total. In 8 out of the last 9 games, he's had 11+. So he's getting 27 minutes in those games, 18 rebound chances per game. What's strange about this one is Charlotte ranks first in rebounds allowed to centers. It's a really odd stat. But the forwards and the guards for this team just crash really well. And so it's what's made this not a client play for me over at Wager Talk. But it wouldn't surprise me if Andre Drummond actually did this. And earlier in the season, he came off the bench against the Charlotte team, and he had 13 rebounds. This was earlier this season, but again, off the bench. So that is one that we would look at. And also in the same game, Tyrese Maxey, they've got his number on threes a bit too high, I believe. Tyrese Maxey, they have it at 3.5. And again, we got to put this filter on. No Embiid, no Paul George. And you look at what he's done the last couple games. And so he played 2 games here in January. Before that, it had been a few weeks that he played without both these guys. But in both of those games, only 2 makes and 7 and 8 attempts. But look at the shooting percentage, 35%. So if you're shooting 7 or 8, you're going to have to really increase that shooting percentage. And I'm just not seeing it from Tyrese Maxey. So I look at Maxey under his made 3-pointers. As always, check the injury report, but we've been talking about Jalen Tyson for a while, and Jalen Tyson, they still have it at 22.5. The big thing is Merrill is a game-time decision, but these games that Merrill and Garland are out, he has gone over every single game this season, so we're just waiting on confirmation. We know Garland's out. Is Sam Merrill going to be out? If we try and do this, see, here's the thing. If he plays with without Garland and with Merrill, he's only done that 1 game this season, but he did have 27 on this one. So, but games with Merrill, you just see there's a lot of under. So it really comes down to, does he get the minutes with Sam Merrill in or out of the lineup? Move on to Memphis. Don't really see anything in Portland, Boston, LA, Chicago. We did the same game parlay. Jock Landale. And we want to take a look at his points plus his rebounds. This is already up to 20.5 today. This opened at 19, but boy, do I agree with this move. Over in 5 of his last 6, 4 out of his last 5, playing about 28 minutes in his last 5 games, 13 rebound chances over his last, 10 games here. Taking 10 field goal attempts, good field goal percentage. We can pull up the field goal percentage here. Yeah, averaging 5.5 makes over the last 10, 52%. So there's a lot to like about Landale. And the nice thing about Landale is when he plays against Houston, this is one of the big things. Steven Adams is still out. So Sengun is having to do so much work. And what we like about Steven Adams being out is Landale is going to come in and face the thin bench of the Houston Rockets. So there continues to be vulnerability in the bench of the Rockets inside when Steven Adams is out of the lineup. Go to the Timberwolves and the Golden State Warriors. Here's a really good bounce back spot for Jaden McDaniels. He's coming off of an absolutely terrible shooting game, and I think this is the perfect spot to go right back to him. 3 points his last game against Golden State. He was 1 of 8 from the field, but before that, 16, 18, 23, 15, and 17. And this is a Golden State team that is just completely banged up on the inside. Jimmy Butler's out for the season. Kuminga's out. Al Horford played last night, so he's going to be out today. So a lot of openness and vulnerability for the forwards for the Timberwolves. I would expect them to have a pretty good performance tonight. And then don't have a graphic of this one. TGL tonight, the Golf League, Boston Common. I like them at minus 144 over Bay Golf Club. This opened at minus 125, and then when the lineups got announced, you can see why there was this big line move. Rory's going to play for Boston. His length gives them such an advantage in the TGL simulation format, and Thorbjorn Olesen has played in this, and he looked great. He looked prepared. He knew how it goes. Shane Lowry's playing for Bay Golf. He's not that long off the tee. He's going to be going head-to-head against Rory, so he's a little bit of a liability there, and so is Wyndham Clark there as well. So those are your props for today. Let's see if we could hear a lot of really good specials going on. We have the 7 days for the price of 3. If you haven't signed up for long-term all access, this is a really good way to get 7 days. We have a 4% NBA best bet that goes off tonight. We've also got some free plays that are up at the Wager Talk page, so don't ignore those free plays. Any plays that just missed the card, I'll put them up. I've already gone over a couple, but there'll be more up on the free picks page. You can get there shorter with wt.buzz/AL. That's the shortcut. Having a really good start to the year. Over the weekend, Saturday was not very good. We hit the 5% UFC play and then lost all the small ones. So took a loss on there, come back with a basically break-even day on Sunday, but really could not be happier with the start of 2026. So 7 days for the price of 3. If you're just looking for one play tonight, fine. We got a 4% NBA best bet, but we always say buy a package. Don't buy just one play. Make sure you can see all the plays with all of the analysis. We have golf. We're going to have another 5% UFC best bet. So today's Monday. You lock this in, and you're going to get all plays throughout the whole weekend. And we do a lot of sports that handicappers are not paying attention to. So even though there's no NFL coming up, and even though there might not be college football, we still have a lot of markets that we can make money in: golf, cricket, boxing, tennis, all the usual sports that you can expect from us. So that's going to do it for us. Thanks very much. Good luck on your bets. Stay warm. Get those shovels out. Hope everyone's staying safe. Good luck on your bets. We'll see everyone later. Bye.